I'm out here to do my calisthenics here at Jim Gilliam Park in Baldwin Village, you know, the jungle, I call it. I don't call it Baldwin Village. But this is the area that I do my calisthenics in. I do my calisthenics right over here in these trees. But before I do that, I wanted to come out here and measure this site. I've been telling you guys about a sculpture that I want to do, and this is the location I want to do it in. It's right here, this square here. Now, the sculpture is meant to be a sort of unifying principle of the neighborhood, a sort of unifying totem, a sort of thing around which people can see themselves and one another. This neighborhood, for those of you who've seen any of Get in the Boat, the video series over at my Substack or on my YouTube channel, if you've seen any of the videos in that, you'll know that this neighborhood has been quite difficult for me to live in, but you know, I'm not the only one. It's extremely divided. I mean, really, really quite deeply divided, culturally, ethnically, socioeconomically. And it's caused severe problems in just, you know, people getting by here. So in order to, you know, create a sort of more sense of togetherness, I wanted to do this sculpture. Somebody put the idea in my head back in February 2024. And when I first started thinking about it, I was working too small. I was working with some metal and some wood that was it was lower in height than me. It was like, you know, 5 feet something. And, you know, I realized this year that that's just not big enough, and it needs to be bigger if it's going to have the meaning and intent, and if it's going to serve the intent that I want it to do. So I came out here today to measure this area because I want to start putting together my grant proposals and all this stuff for funding for the project. You know, I need to get some metal, some steel, and, you know, welding equipment, all this kind of crap. Space, things like this, so I can do this sculpture. The idea is it's basically going to be a dog, all right? Just a big ass dog, but it needs to be big. It needs to be quite large. It needs to be above human scale. It needs to be something that, you know, it's not monumental, but just outside of human scale. Superhuman, not monumental, but superhuman, all right? And so it's going to go right here. I want it to go right here. So I came out here to do these measurements before I do my exercise. So I'm going to do that right quick. All right, thanks. Got the measurements. It's kind of lopsided. So now I can actually start doing my proportional sketches and, you know, I guess I'm going to do SketchUp to get the wireframe right, because you can do like CNC instructions from SketchUp drawings and SketchUp models, all that kind of stuff. All right, we'll see.